I often ask myself, is my painting finished? And this Mancoon portrait, which is from one of my tutorials, is no different. So what do I mean by that? In this case, does it look like the subject? Because for a portrait, that is the most important thing. I would say it was even more important than composition, especially if you're a beginner. I will have already sent photos to my customer sort of halfway through, actually right at the beginning when I've done the line image, then when I've done the eyes, or sometimes I send the line image and eyes together, then I send a halfway picture, and really at the end of each session where I feel it's ready to send to the customer. I never send it to my customer when I'm thinking I don't like this, because paintings do go through a lot of those feelings where you're thinking this isn't good enough, this isn't going right, and that's perfectly normal. And as you know, probably all paintings go through ugly stages, but when you get to the end you do have to ask yourself, is this done? And in terms of this particular cat, for me the question is, have I got it soft enough? Soft edges and hard edges, or in focus and out of focus. And that's basically what's going to tell me whether it's finished. And this cat is very soft and fluffy in some aspects of the fur, but also some of it is slightly out of focus. So you've got two things to think about: the natural fluffiness of the cat and whether it's in or out of focus. So we've got around here, it's out of focus and fluffy around the edges. So I'm just playing with those edges just to make them a little bit more out of focus, being careful not to put any green on the cat. And just maybe even coming here, so this bit here is out of focus rather than fluffy. And the more you bring this out of focus, the more the focus is on the eyes, and the more realistic and in focus the eyes look. So it's a kind of optical illusion. And here we've got the same thing. So a little bit out of focus. And what about here? So I'm just referring to the reference photo, and this is definitely in focus, but I'm just doing a little bit of blending. Another thing I do is I walk away and I leave it overnight, or if I'm really feeling that I don't like it at all, I cover it up so I can't even attempt to look at it. Sometimes you're so close to your painting that you end up hating it. And that's not for reasons of it being no good, it's just that you've had enough of it and you need to walk away. I can see some bits up here and here. Like that. That's a little bit softer, so I'm quite pleased with that. Just blending the softness into the top of the head, like that. Okay, so I'm happy with this now. Now, understanding whether your painting is finished or not is also a matter of confidence, and that grows as you develop as an artist. Now, you can always share your work in the members group or on the Facebook group and get some opinions as to whether you think it's finished. But when you post your work, say what stage you're at, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, or what you're trying to achieve. Because, for example, I posted a piece of my work. It was one of my best pieces of work. I thought it was really good, and it was good. Let's be fair, it was good. And I got about 100 comments from people saying what I could improve on it. And probably they were all right, but actually it was good as it was. One of those 100 comments was, anybody can tell you what you need to improve upon this, but actually as it is, it's really good. So you need to have that confidence to say, I like this and I'm happy with it. Conversely, I posted another painting in another group, and it was on velour paper, and I didn't ask for feedback, and somebody said, you need to add some more detail. Well, I didn't, because it was on velour paper, and as you know, velour paper is a softer focus paper, so more detail isn't always possible. And actually I liked it as it was, so it's always subjective, so always bear that in mind when you post things. But usually when you post in my group, you're pretty safe with people giving you constructive feedback rather than feedback that isn't helpful at all. And I've just noticed, I just want to give that a little tweak there. And the thing is, you can over tweak. Now if I keep this on my easel and leave it there for a week, I could come back and tweak and tweak and tweak, and that would not be good for me, and it certainly wouldn't be good for the painting, because over tweaking can ruin a painting. So you really just need to let it go. And if your customer's happy, or if you're happy, definitely let it go. And if you're not happy but you feel like you're going to overdo it, see, I don't like that now. Now I've gone into over tweaking mode. You need to just put it away and come back to it another day. A week, 2 weeks later, and the chances are you won't even remember what you weren't happy with, and you won't even see it.